What's up, pageant patrons? This is Isaac, and I just want to take a moment to say congratulations to Miss Nicaragua, the new Miss Universe 2023. If you watched her performance, okay, first of all, I am sad that Michelle D didn't win. Okay, I will say that. Let's start right there. I'm sad that Michelle D from the Philippines did not win. But if anyone had to win, congratulations to Miss Nicaragua. Her swimsuit, she came out swinging, and she looked really good. Her evening gown, the evening gown competition was absolutely gorgeous. And so my hat's off to her. That's the first thing I wanted to say. And now it's all being overshadowed, partly because of the owner, with the whole move on incident with Michelle D. And then also because the Miss Universe pageant is right before the contest, they filed for bankruptcy. So now all of that is overshadowing the positive that Shanice Palacios is bringing to her country. Now, and as you can see here, Miss Nicaragua, this is the first time that they won, but let me make sure I say this correctly, but the Nicaraguan vice president, Karen Celebrity, she's the director, like I said, of Miss Nicaragua, she's been denied entry into the country. And there is a question about whether Shanice Palacios will be able to enter the country as well. She does have to spend a year, according to her contract. I think she has to spend a year in New York, naturally promoting Miss Universe. So what all of that is being, I mean, her crowning moment is all being overshadowed because of the controversies of Miss Universe. And I do have to say that is totally unfair to her. She really did a fine job. If you saw her national costume and the way that she maneuvered in her uniform, it was phenomenal. It was really good. But guess what is being talked about? And it's not her. None of it, no one is really talking about her. And no one is really talking about her performance. No one is talking about how smart she is. They're not talking about how gorgeous she is. They're not talking about how well she performed at Miss Universe. And that is really sad. And I am saddened to hear that the director of Miss Nicaragua was denied entry into her home country. And there is a question as to whether Shanice Palacios will be allowed entry into her home country. But think about how she feels. She's trying to represent this organization. And while, you know, some are celebrating her, the emphasis is not on her. It's all about the owner of Miss Universe and all the negativity surrounding Miss Universe. When really we should be celebrating her. We all should be celebrating the fact that the country of Nicaragua has this wonderful representative who won for the first time in the 72 years of Miss Universe pageant. And how sad it is that everything else overshadows that. Let me know what you think. The next thing I want to talk about is this is just simply a personal favorite. I knew that Miss Mauritius would probably not go that far for whatever reason. You know, maybe they don't have a huge following at home, but I found her performance to be very graceful. I cannot say her last name, but her first name is Tatiana. And when you look at her performance in the swimsuit and her performance in the evening gown, there was a certain elegance that I really liked about her. And also, Mauritius was one of the national director. I think he's stepping down this year and he's going to give it over to someone else because there is this new bidding process for Miss Universe. And I thought how sad it is that Mauritius can, you know, send someone as gorgeous as this and as talented and as graceful as Miss Tatiana and still not get recognized in some kind of way. I do understand the criteria. I mean, I understand all the criteria to be a part of Miss Universe, but when you have those smaller countries, and this is a prime example, at how the smaller countries, we've got to be able to figure out a way. Miss Universe has got to figure out a way how those smaller countries can get these wonderful candidates like this and get them to the forefront. And I just noted her because, one, if you look at her, she's absolutely gorgeous. Her performance was just flawless. Nothing good, nothing bad, but it was steady. There was a certain elegance that she had when she came out on stage, and she just took her time on stage. And I really did like her styling. I liked the way that she presented herself on stage. And somehow I wish that someone like her, like a Miss Tatiana, Miss Mauritius, could go further and I won't say be a powerhouse, but really show the elegance of those smaller pageant places, those smaller countries, because now I won't say not now, not all of them appeal to me. Not all of the smaller countries appeal to me, but naturally it's easier because those larger countries have more people to choose from. But my goodness, Miss Mauritius, Miss Tatiana, absolutely great performance. But again, not a powerhouse. She wasn't a powerhouse, but I think I just liked her elegance while she was on stage. In my final section, I wanted to talk about this idea of inclusion. And what exactly am I talking about? I have to say congratulations to Miss Colombia, who is the first mom to make it into the top 5. And if the Miss Universe is all about women's empowerment, how cool is it that you have, you have an absolutely gorgeous female who has a husband and she has a kid. She takes care of herself. She looks really good. What more can you ask for, especially from a mom? And again, I absolutely love that idea of including women that have kids, because that is the normal woman. That is most women. And if you look at her, she's smart, she's intelligent, she's a wife, she's a mother, she's gorgeous, and she's intelligent. Her advocacy is, she's part of a group that it's about women's empowerment. It's a mothers who are head of the household. That's, what else can you ask for? And then when we talk about kids, most people have a heart for kids anyway. But how tough is it for her to be a mom, to have this advocacy, and to be a wife, and to also compete in the Miss Universe pageant? That means she has to have a support system. And as we all know, most married women have to have a support system in order to be able to do what they do. This whole idea about Miss Universe, about celebrating womanhood, guess what? Only a biological woman can have kids. Period. If we're going to celebrate women, what a great way to do that. Kudos to the Miss Universe pageant for including Miss Colombia. Not because she's just a mother, but because she met the criteria. She's articulate, and she does everything that she has to do. She's a mom, all of that. But again, if we are going to really celebrate women, the differences between men and women, this is it right here. You have someone that's absolutely gorgeous having a kid. No biological man can do that. No transgender person is able to do that. You know why? That's not the way that it's done right now. It doesn't matter what you chop off, what you tape up, what you cut up, it does not, all of that does not matter. I'm sorry. If you stop taking all of your pills, what will you revert back to? What happens? I'm being very serious about this, because we have the Miss Universe organization is going bankrupt, and there are men that want to buy Miss Universe. they are saying the same things that I'm saying. They want to include biological women. That's how this pageant started 72 years ago. It is celebrating womanhood. And what is part of womanhood? Having kids, being a wife, being a mother. Who said anything that whenever we begin to talk about this, and a man says, I want a wife that's smart and gorgeous, then we're being misogynistic. I'm not being misogynistic. All you have to do is take a look at Miss Colombia. She's a wife. She's gorgeous. She takes care of herself. She has a husband. She has a kid. That's not being misogynistic. What that is saying, congrats. Because in this situation, Miss Universe, you got it right. You got it right. Now, I've been very critical of the Miss Universe organization, and I don't have a problem with that. But I also want to make sure that I give them credit where credit is due. You selected Miss Colombia, who's gorgeous. She's a mom. And what that tells other women is, you know what? We need more gorgeous women and gorgeous, smart women to be a part of our organization. We want you to try out. We want you to be in good shape. We want to keep yourself physically fit so that you can have a gracious, a wonderful, long life. But more importantly, this right here, this gorgeous kid right there, that's what it's all about for most women, for most married women, is their families. And that's part of what we celebrate. That's, as far as I'm concerned, that's what Miss Universe celebrates. The totality of womanhood. So in this case, Miss Universe, congratulations. You got it right. This is Isaac. You guys are awesome. Peace out.